What do we have here? I had to drink my coffee before it gets too late. So it was like 10:30 before I decided to reheat it over the stove. Okay. What's going on? Oh, oh, are you serious? Really? Wow. We're Matthew. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to drink my coffee before it gets too still a little hot, but it's dying down. I like my coffee scolding hot. You dig? All right, man. Okay. So there is no question here. All right. So um, Christmas, I read over some of the Christmas narratives. Okay. So Christmas, I read you guys the history. It's just a pagan, wicked holiday. It's just a pagan, wicked holiday uh, that I believe it was the Roman Church that they adopted so that they can get some people, converted to the Bible. Because so many Romans were pagan, and you're not going to just hand them a religious Bible after they believed in all these gods. You know, everybody was a god at that time. So, you're not just going to hand them a Bible and say, "Hey, man, believe in Jesus." Okay, so that's pretty much where we go from there. So now, when we go to Matthew, I want to go to chapter 2. Stop the cat. Matthew 2. Okay, right there. So I'm gonna come back to Matthew 2. Um, Let me see. Let's see if there's any truth. Yeah. Does Christmas have pagan roots? In ancient Rome, December 25th was a celebration of the unconquered sun, marking the return of longer days. It followed Saturnalia, a festival where people feasted and exchanged gifts. Oh, this what he kept saying. Saturnalia. Okay, so let's see what that is. I'm like, what the hell is he's saying Saturnalia? What the hell is he saying? Okay, so here we go. Saturnalia. Okay, so Saturnalia held in mid-December. Make sure I'm reading this right. Saturnalia, held in mid-December, is an ancient Roman pagan festival honoring the agriculture god Saturn. Hey, I thought that word sound familiar. Saturnalia, because of when the holiday occurred near the winter solstice. Saturnalia celebrations are the source of many of the traditions we now associate with Christmas, such as wreaths, candles, feasting, and gift giving. Right. So that is very interesting. You see how deep this rabbit hole gets. You learn something every day. Okay. So now let's take it back from the top. Let's take it back from the top. Does Christmas have pagan roots? In ancient Rome, December 25th was a celebration of the unconquered sun. Okay, so this was December 25th. That's either wrong or right. Marking the return of longer days. It followed, so this Christmas day, it or this Christmas pagan holiday, it followed Saturnalia. So I guess it was after Saturnalia. The Saturnalia is a festival where people feasted and exchanged gifts. Okay, so that makes sense. So Saturnalia is where people feasted and exchanged gifts. They ate. That sounds like Christmas today. Okay. All right. So let me see if I get this right. So so the question that anybody just can Google. And anybody have any questions, or want to add to the conversation, you're welcome. So the question I asked Google was pagan origins of Christmas. It says, does Christmas have pagan roots? In ancient Rome, December 25th was a celebration of the unconquered sun. All right. So keep in mind what's going on here, the timeline. So December 25th was a celebration of the unconquered sun, marking the return of longer days. Okay, so this 25th, it follows Saturnalia. So Saturnalia came first, and this was clearly before the 25th, a festival where people feast and exchange gifts. So on the 25th, they celebrated how powerful the sun is, right? It marks longer days. But some days before the 25th, they followed a feast from Saturnalia where they exchanged gifts. So keep in mind, December 25th, they didn't eat or exchange gifts. They just celebrated the flawless victories of the sun. Okay, then when I go to Saturnalia, it was held in mid-December. So Christmas, December 25th, right? So this unconquered sun was late December. So it says Saturnalia was mid-December. Okay. And it was a festival honoring the agricultural god Saturn, right? Because when the holiday occurred near the winter solstice, Saturnalia celebrations are the source of many of the traditions we now associate with Christmas, such as wreaths, candles, feasting, and gift giving. That's interesting. Okay, so that's what he was saying. The wreaths, the candles, the feasting, and gift giving. This all follows after Saturnalia. So I guess he's saying that they combine Saturnalia with uh, the December 25th celebration, and then I'm guessing he's saying they added Jesus there. So Matthew 2, verse 1, it says, Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, right? It it says, Behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, right? And saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. So it doesn't say that they're coming to celebrate his birthday. Okay. It's saying that they're coming to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Okay. I want to get down to where is it? I'm skipping. I'm trying to get to something. Oh, here we go. So verse 11. So this is kind of like the Christmas gifts, which was actually, you can't even call a kid Christmas gift or birthday gifts. This was like gifts for a king, because king received these type of gifts. So verse 11, and when they were coming to the house, okay, these are the wise men. They saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and they fell down and worshiped him, right? They didn't fall down and say, hey, Christmas is great or happy birthday. They came to worship him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. Why? Because they acknowledged him to be born of the king. He was born king of the Jews. So if this is the origin of Christmas, passing or exchanging gifts on during Christmas, we understand why Jesus would get gifts. You know, he's born king of Jews. Why are you getting gifts? So that's the question. Why are you getting gifts? Who are you that should be worthy of receiving free gifts? Okay, so we know why Jesus Christ is getting gifts. He's born of, it's telling you, he's born King of the Jews. And as a result, they brought him gifts. Verse 11. You see? Like, this is not a random birthday. So when you couple that with Jeremiah 10, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the works of the hands of a workman with the axe, and they deck the halls with lots of jolly, la la la, and they fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. And it describes how they look like a palm tree. And that's how most Christmas trees in people's houses look. But speak not, they must needs be born because they cannot go. But here's the key thing, because I see a lot of you guys be afraid to go to your job festivals and friends and family homes. It says, be not afraid of them. Oh no, brother, you got a Christmas tree. I ain't going in there. Okay, then you're doing this. See, you only fear God. You don't fear some pagan Christmas tree. So it says, be not afraid of them. You act like there's no power in it. But by becoming afraid of it, I ain't going to buy it over there. You're giving it power. Look, they cannot do evil. They can't do good either. They can't check your list to find out if you're naughty or not. So don't be afraid of them. So you're at work, you're invited something to Christmas, ignore it. It can't do that to you. And you're not participating in the festivals because you're not exchanging gifts. You have an interest, some of you, to go to some of these events because maybe you're looking for promotion, maybe it upgrades your business. So you have a vested interest while you're there. It has nothing to do with exchanging gifts or participating in their festival. Okay, so let's keep that in context. So be not afraid of them. Stop being afraid. Oh no, I ain't going over there. Stop it. Okay, so the whole notion that Christmas is based on Jesus Christ's birthday, we did not read that. We're reading the birth of Jesus Christ, and we did not read that. Okay, and so you can't tie Christmas with the birth of Christ, and you definitely can't tie Christmas with the. So now, don't forget, Christ ain't just have any old regular birth. He was born king. I don't know how many kings that were born king. Most kings they took the throne as an adult after their father deceased. Okay, so Christ was born king. I don't know any other king who was actually born king from the womb. So his birth was different. And I believe the only way you could be born king is that you had to be born immaculately. So uh, you cannot you cannot avoid verse 18. I see a hand. Give me 1 second. Let me just read verse 18. Now the birth of Christ. Now it doesn't say the Christmas of Christ, or now we're talking about the birth of Christ. Was on his wise when his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph. Before they came together, which I shared with you before, it means before they had sex, she was found with child of the Holy Ghost. Okay, so this is how he was born king. He was born immaculate. He was born without flaws and therefore qualified to be born king. So I think the sister name is Yala. Okay, so you got your hand up. Yeah, if you want to contribute, I have no problem.
Con, this is brother Yashiala.
Okay, 1 second.
Um,
Turn my volume
now
up
you,
right here. Okay, go
now
ahead,
you
brother.
good.
Okay,
So this is brother Yashiala. So I'm driving in Lyft right now. I don't have my computer on me.
okay.
So I'm from the campus of Sakari. So first off, I want to start off by giving call hello Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushua. All honor, all praise, and all glory to the Most High God Yahweh. So I don't want to intrude in your platform. I just came
Oh,
in to
no, no,
listen.
no, brother. Go ahead. We share.
Okay.
We look over text and we get to the truth. No, we're not afraid of truth here.
All praise to the Most High. Um, so I just have a question about the Christmas,
Yeah,
about
yeah, sure.
your stance on the Christmas on the Saturnalia. Do you believe that the Christmas feast? Do you believe Saturnalia is the worship of an idol?
Uh, from what I was looking at, it was called a pagan holiday. So yeah, it was. Yeah,
Just the worship. So do you believe Salakia, bro? Do you believe that the feast, is food sacrificed to idols?
I would think everything associated with the practice, this exchanging gifts and eating. I think that would be all part of the sacrifice of the idols.
So so if I go to let's say a holiday party, which I wouldn't, because for me in our stance, we stay away from the feast, the traditions, the whole shebang. Let's say I go to a holiday party and I start picking at their food. Would I be partaking in it from based on your understanding?
Yes, you will.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. Um, I'm gonna let you rock, do your thing. But I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time. Us personally, at the Sakari, we don't believe in the virgin birth.
Okay, I
Um,
just read it.
like I said, this because when you look at Matthew and Luke, when the angel went to Joseph, he was speaking to him after the conception, and in Luke, he was speaking to Mary before the conception. So
So
there's two different time periods. I can't pull up no verses. I'm driving, but I was gonna let you rock, do your thing,
okay,
teach your class.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But if you ever want to talk about it another time when I have my hands free,
yeah,
that would we could definitely chop it up and
yeah, yeah.
for
Yeah, we're
mm,
definitely trying to sum up the events around Christ's birth, since like this is the month that everybody tribute to Christ, right? So we like just like Halloween. When Halloween pops up, we talk about the evil spirits, and those sacrifice of kids. So now we're in the month of Christmas. We like to talk about things surrounding Christ. So this is a perfect time to talk about Christmas, the pagan practices, the Roman era, and also the birth of Christ, whether you believe it's immaculate or not. So yeah, so I'm open to that. Are you free tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is
Saturday.
I'm losing track of my days, bro. Saturdays. Nah, nah, I'll probably be working. Maybe at night, but that's a definite maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
so that'll be better for me too because I'm definitely gonna be tied up for most of the
mhm.
afternoon. So I'll say for me, like let's say if it's possible, if you're free from like four
You know
o'clock.
what? You know what I could do? So lucky for interrupt.
Yeah.
I got one of my brothers, so I can be driving, and I just tell him to, tell him to put up the scriptures, and
Okay.
you know what I mean. And then we can just chop it right there. I don't know how I can take down information from him, or is it the same link that you do these little
Yeah.
these
So
like these classes?
it'll be the same link. Yes.
All praises. Cool. So we'll jump on before you close out. Just give me a time, and I'll make
Yes.
sure my brother's on
I'll say about. Let me see. I would say.
there.
So, what time do your day start tomorrow? Where you available? Like, what's your earliest availability?
No, no, bro. I'm on your time, bro. Whatever time you're ready, you just tell me right now, and then I'll make sure to. If I'm not there, definitely have somebody there.
Yeah. So I would
Definitely,
say. Okay. So I'll say about. It'd be better. So I get home. I'll say about 2 o'clock.
So all praises. So I'll hop on the stream at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
All praises. But yeah, so I have a quick question. One more
Yeah.
question. Because you were talking about the Saturnalia festival, it was the bringing in of the later days, correct?
Say that again.
You said that the Saturnalia was the bringing in of the later days, correct? Like the bringing in of the late.
Yeah. It it,
If I
it
heard you
was
correctly.
bringing in. That was during the middle of December.
Uh,
Yeah.
did you did you mention the how Halloween is the bringing in of the darker days?
No, no, I didn't even. Yeah, so you're right. So it was the 25th was bringing a lighter day because that was the sun worship. No, but I didn't touch on the darker day. I didn't even make that comparison. I
Uh,
didn't even that was that.
that's lucky. Yeah, I was just because I hopped in a little bit late, so it was just
Okay, yeah,
just
no, I did not make that connection.
all praises. And again, sorry for the voice. I'm in a lift driving, so
Okay, yeah, it's all
trying to
good.
speak a little low, just try not to bother people. But I'm gonna let you rock. What do you think, bro?
I'm actually about to close out. It's
Okay.
normally we end at 12 o'clock. But I'm sometimes when you feel your eyes getting heavy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like even when you're driving, sometimes it's best to just listen to your eyes, right? So for me, I'm gonna listen to my eyes, and I'm not gonna stretch
Mm-hmm.
it because every time when I'm sleepy trying to stretch it, my comprehension goes left and my reading goes somewhere else. It goes upside down. So I'm just gonna end the call there.
Mm-hmm.
With the pagan worship of Saturnalia. So what I was advising though, I was saying that you can go to the your job thing, whatever, with the Christmas, but yeah, do not participate in the eating or the gift, the exchange of gifts. But if you was to go there, let's say if the company said, hey, now this is a gathering that everybody must come to. Like, because I worked at places where like it was mandatory, you had to get there, or because they seen it as like a day of work. You know, what I mean, instead of working, you just here. So you cannot show up, but that's going to come up as you missed a day of work. So now you don't have to eat, you don't have to exchange gifts, but like the Bible I read, don't be afraid of it. It cannot cause evil. Like there's no evil spell going to be attached to you, and not like that. So you can maintain your righteousness there, or like some people might be, let's say they're entrepreneurs and they do some certain things and they're not in a position to take off. You know what I mean? Like they need that money to provide food, pay a bill, and major bills, rent, electricity, and they don't have the luxury to say, no, it's Christmas, I can't. Nope. That's not, and you they might be, let's say they cleaning offices. It might be Christmas trees in those offices. You know, as we read in Jeremiah 10, it says, "Don't be afraid of it. Cannot do evil." So just go around it, clean around it, but don't uh, you know, call out because the Bible says it can't do any evil. It's useless. Like so, humans like mankind act like it's powerful, like they do most of their gods. They act like most of their gods are powerful, and God, our true God, keeps showing you that they're all useless and powerless. So, you know, so still handle your business, but you don't have to participate in the activities. You can show up if it's mandatory. If because sometimes when they find out that you have a faith that's opposed to certain American traditions, your company will try to make you a public example. They'll target you. Matter of fact, you know what? That Christmas day was probably canceled until they realize you don't do it. And you're black. Yeah, you know what, Tony? You know, and if you're in a union, like some jobs, some companies where your job is protected. Oh shit! You know what? Yeah, let's do that Christmas holiday because Tony, yeah, he had his, he don't believe in that. He a Muslim or he Hebrew Israelite. He don't believe in that. Let's spark that thing up. I think we'll get him out of here finally. You know, because he don't have any more call out days. This is it. He can't miss his day. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, start there. Because I have, my niece looking for a job and there's no openings here. But once Tony don't come to this Christmas event, my niece Sarah will. She'll have an opportunity. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. Like sometimes we're like set up like that, and we must not fall for the bait. Go there, because it requires man. The Most High has sent Jacob and his children to Egypt. Right to Egypt, right where all the pagan worship, the root of pagan worship. He sent them right there. And Joseph was in the house of the the king of and queen of pagan worship, all the idol gods there. And he was second in command. So ain't nobody. I mean, who knew more about all these pagan holidays more than Joseph? Like he knew more than the actual Egyptians. So he was well versed. Even it says Moses was well versed in Egypt information. So but the Most High sent there because there's nothing to be afraid of. Like it's foolishness. It doesn't work. It's superstition and it's powerless. So it's like, don't be afraid of things that don't work. And that's the thing. Israel was afraid of things that don't work, but they were not afraid of things that does work, like God. Like they were not afraid to violate God's laws. The entity that actually could kill them or curse them or cause them pain and troublesome, they were not afraid to violate him. But the people who had no power over them, they were afraid to offend them. And this practice went on way until like the customs of washing your hand, like these things, like they start to like give more weight and power into their own traditions over God's law. Like they'll violate God's law, no problem. But when it comes to traditions of men, oh well, hell no, don't you violate that. So that's what it ended up coming to. Violate God's laws, but the laws of man, like no. So you'll be running late somewhere and you'll have some atheist in front of you obeying the speed limit, like to the T. And I'll be behind them like, you mother effer. You'll sit here and obeys God's, I'm sorry, you'll sit here in this traffic, on this road, and you'll obey man's law like you're going to go to hell if you go a miles per hour faster, 1 mile per hour faster. You'll go to hell, but then you'll violate all God's dietary laws. Like it'd be making me cringe inside when I see actions like that type of respect they give to man's law. So the Bible gives you plethora of examples of his people holding, giving more credence and reverence to man's law, their traditions over God's law. It's actually disgusting, and we're doing that today with these man's laws. Like we hold these things as like God said it Himself, but the things that God did say Himself, we'll violate those and make excuses why we're violating the laws. It's hilarious. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna check out. And Lord's will, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to let me just check the weather. Give me a second. Eh, really? Okay. So and yeah, yeah, no man. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah. So it's 11:34 p.m. The weather is going to be a little brisk. So I will not be taking that bike. Everybody's texting me now. Okay. So all right. So no more messages. And on that note, we're I want to see if I left anything. Did I touch on everything before I hop off too early? Oh, for you people that are actually unrighteous, I'm not judging you, but if you're going to be unrighteous, and it doesn't matter what state you in, right? Because marijuana is illegal federally, no matter where you're at. So if you're doing something illegal in your car, whether you're a convicted felon, you got arms in your car, which is illegal. If you have extreme amounts of marijuana for selling or drugs to sell and all type of legal stuff. If that's your lifestyle, all I can say to you is that then you might not want to be somebody who actually smokes marijuana as you drive. I mean, like that got to be the most. You talk about self snitching, like that got to be worse than self snitching. Self snitching. If a police officer pull you over, oh nah, weed over here is decriminalized. That don't mean nothing. They still could. The fact your car smells like marijuana, they can search it. It don't matter if it's decriminalized in your state, and it doesn't matter. You gave them the right to search your car. I mean, you got to be the biggest fool ever if you feel like you want to participate in marijuana and then have some illegal stuff in your car that could send you to prison for 5 years or better. It's a shame. Um, I've been watching these, police cam videos, and it's like they use that reason, and like they really be smoking. So it's not like they making up a reason. They really be smoking. I'm like, yo, this guy can't be that stupid. Because if you weren't smoking, then the burden of proof is on the officer, and your lawyer can possibly beat it or water down the charges, right? But if you are, that's just not a wise move. It's I don't get it. I watch these police dash cam and body cam videos, and I'm like, everybody, even like white folks, they be trafficking drugs, smoking marijuana on the way to their drop off destination. Like, yo, why would you, dude? If this officer pulls you over for anything, broken tail light, no seatbelt, anything, all they gotta do is say roll your window down, and they're gonna smell marijuana, and they're gonna search your car, and they're gonna find your illegal whatever it is in there. Yeah, or yeah, or is it? I don't know. I don't get it. That's almost equivalent to going to a bank and before you even make it to the clerk, you're like flashing your gun. I don't know. or maybe you got a poo shiesty mask on while as you walk in. You don't put it on later. You walk in with it. It's just beyond me. And I'm not condoning, that type of legal activity. I'm just saying, like, goddamn, if you're gonna risk your life, at least give yourself a chance to get away. Like, goddamn. So they pull you over, you're done. Like you might want to be sober that day. So the probable cause isn't even there. So many people get pulled over on a regular basis, and all they get is the traffic infraction that they were pulled over for, and the police officer never finds the illegal other things in there because they had no probable cause to search your car and find those things. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm. I don't know. It just. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, why nobody? Why they all are like heavy weed smokers and to give the officer all the. I mean, God, the goal is to not get caught. The goal is to not get pulled over. And if you do get pulled over, the goal is to remain calm, don't appear nervous, and don't give a reason for the cop to search your car. But God damn, that's if you're gonna live that legal life. So if you are living that legal life, you might want to be sober that day as you transport your drugs. Okay. Now maybe going to pick up, yeah, you okay, you smoke whatever, and you'll just get a ticket, if that, depending upon how much the amount you have with you. But damn, while you got it on you, and again, I'm not condoning it. I'm saying don't choose that lifestyle. It's wicked. But if you're gonna do it, at least play the game. God damn, you're gonna risk your freedom. At least play the game. All right. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest because I'm watching these videos. I'm like, oh my God, another one. And these dudes be under 30, serving 5 to 10 years, going to prison, looking at men, women all day, getting aroused, and end up fornicating, with a man that looks like a woman. Um, and it, like a man that has that fornicating with a man with a woman's silhouette form. Because you're looking right at him. You know it's not a goddamn woman. But somehow you can delude yourself to believe the woman's third leg is not a third leg. It's a tail, I guess, from the front. And I don't know what you guys do to delude yourself to make you believe you're not entering into a man's um, body. But all I'm saying is like that's what put you in that position is living a crooked life anyway, getting locked up, and now you're faced with this, the fornication, and then not just that, you're faced with uh, criminal offenses that you would have never done in the streets because you got prison politics. Yeah, like you might be forced to harm or hurt somebody, and that person can succumb to the injuries, and now you're facing a murder charge in prison because of some gang politics stuff. Yeah, and none of that would have ever happened had you never been in prison first. So it's a repeating cycle. It's a domino effect that people just don't consider. It's like, dude, you're facing consequences that you were never supposed to face. These are only consequences you face when you're in prison. If you're not in prison, you never face these consequences. So these consequences can be fornication with a man, or it can be injuring somebody, whereas they succumb to the injuries and now you're never coming out. But unfortunately, like this stuff is a champion in the hip hop culture. Big. So yeah, so this guy sent me a Facebook post of a woman, I don't know, like 35 years old, saying, okay, all right, stop the cap. All right, so I can stop the cat. Or I can stop the cat now. He done hopped off. Shit. Uh, uh, oh, okay. I know what I was gonna do before I hung up. I know what I was gonna do. I know what I was gonna do. Hmm? No, 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 no. There we go. There we go. Okay. No, no, no. What the hell's this? Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we have here. What do we have here? That yawn. Okay. Hey, how you all, man? Come on. Real pretty thing that's waiting for me. I pull up, anticipating. Yeah, it's a wrap. So I'm sleepy. Yeah, this time today was just, I mean, this time today was ridiculous how fast it was going. Ridiculous. Okay. Why doesn't it show that? Okay. Go over here. What Christian rapper snapped? He said, "You fake. Shut up, punk. You don't know God, and most likely you don't know Christ. You a fake Christian." And what are you, special needs biblical Christian rapper? Are you a real Christian? 'Cause I ain't no Christian were allowed to gangster rap. You dig? You how you a real Christian when you rap about killing people all day damn day long? All you rap about is calling women B's and H's, B's and hoes. You dig? And all you rap about is using drugs, selling drugs, beating charges, taking stuff to trial, hiring a lawyer, Jewish lawyer to beat your criminal offenses. So Christian rapper, how are you even better? How are you any better when all you rap about is death and destruction and drugs and sex, illicit sex, fornication? How are you better, brother? Explain, because I am very, very interested. Uh, how are you better with that type of background? Okay, how are you better with that type of background, brother? Death and are you rap about death and destruction, man? Drugs and illicit sex, uh, fornication, things like that, brother. Homosexuality. How are you better? I want you to explain. Here go one more y'all. Oh, so it is there. Wow. Man, I'm yeah, tired, sleepy. Yeah, I can tell right now. Once I lay down, it's a wrap. That's an old school word. So you got new folks, your young school folks. Don't start laughing at me. Ready to be set down. Hold that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we're there on that one, right? So that's four. This is five. Wait. Oh shoot, same thing. All right. So what is okay? So maybe I'm not really understanding that. So let me go to commentary. Okay, so what is that? Yeah, not, not see me. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. There's too much in you. Yeah, he quiet now, like gangster rap he be doing. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for the birthday.